Hello guys, it's Blessed Dad here with another review. This time we got the newest episode of Hannibal, and this episode is quite different from the previous episodes, which kinda is surprising in a way because it kept on building up and up and up to like this, a great episode last week, and now it's kind of slowing down just to build back up again. But before I get right into this episode and tell you everything about it, say my thoughts, I want to let you guys know this review will contain spoilers, so if you do not want to know what happened, go watch the episode and come back. So right off from the beginning of this episode, we see Hannibal, Jack, and Will. They're eating dinner at Hannibal's place, and they're talking freely. Will's even talking about how he tried to kill Hannibal in front of Jack and in front of Hannibal, which I find kind of weird. It brings kind of a weird dynamic to the show where it's like, yeah, I tried to kill you, but whatever, I thought you were the Chesapeake Ripper, but you're not. It's okay. And like Jack kind of brushes it off like, yeah, whatever, it's in the past. But I find that kind of weird. I mean, he tried to kill the man, and now he's eating dinner with him. Like, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me. But anyway, we go to a scene with a horse. There's this dead horse in a stable, like in a ranch or whatever. And inside, it's like stitched up. So they open it up, and there's a person inside. So that's kind of weird. Another weird dynamic to the show is every week we find these weird killings and creative killings. And this doesn't, stray from the idea of this. This is a weird killing. People inside horses. I don't know who thinks this is up. Anyway, so now we go to the FBI. They come to the scene, trying to figure everything out. But Hannibal's helping them again. But I thought in the previous episode he said he's done helping them and he's not helping them anymore. But I guess that's taken back now since he's Will's psychiatrist again. And Will's kind of okay with him now. So Hannibal's just like, oh, whatever, I'll help the FBI again. I guess. I don't know. They never really explain it. We also get introduced to a new patient of Hannibal's. And this woman has had trouble with her brother in the past. Now, if you've read the Hannibal novels, and novels that have to do with Hannibal, like Red Dragon and all them, you'll know who this character is. But I don't want to give anything away, because this plays a big part in it, so if they stay with the same story. So I don't want to give anything away, so I'm not going to say anything. Because I think it's just better as a big surprise than just me telling you right now. Like, I really suggest you don't look up this character at all, because the surprise will be worth it if you just leave it alone. So just trust me with that one. But this new character is introduced. I don't know why, but her name's escaping my mind right now, so I can't remember her name, so sorry. But anyway, so they bring the woman in that was found in the horse into the lab, and the guys are looking at her and they're like, wait, there's a heartbeat. And they open up the chest, and there's actually a live bird inside her. So it's like, oh, what is this all about? We don't know. So Will goes to the stables at this point, where the body was found in the horse, and he does his, his thing where vroom vroom, his empathy thing. So he tries to figure out what happened. And basically what happened is, whoever this killer is like giving new life to these people. He puts the people into the horses, kind of like they're going to be born again. He put the bird in them, kind of like that's their new heart. Like the heartbeat, so it's kind of like he's trying to bring life back into it. Kind of weird. So now Will and Jack are trying to find any lead they can. So they're just interviewing one of the workers that previously worked at the stables where the body was found. But this man was hit in the head by one of the horses. He suffered from severe trauma to his head. So he talks with a bit of a stutter. He has anxiety problems, so he's still fine. So anyway, he takes care of all these animals. So he's in this place with all like these birds, cats, like a monkey even. I don't even know where he got that monkey. But they interview him and they're just asking him questions about, did you know who this girl was, the one that died? He's having trouble looking at the picture, so they're like, oh, something's up. So Will's saying he's the killer, or he knows who the killer is, because you're just getting the vibe from him. Now we go to Will and Hannibal in their therapy session, which is kind of weird again. Why would Will want to keep on going with therapy? Well, this question is answered. He's like, why did you resume the therapy? That's what Hannibal asks Will. And he's saying, I can't expect anyone else to understand how I think. You're the only one that can understand it. So if I'm going to do therapy, you're the only one that can do this. And basically the thought is brought up that Will does bad things to bad people because it makes him feel good. And Hannibal brings this up, and Hannibal's still trying to mold Will into basically his protege. So he's planting these ideas in his head, and he's saying, are you gonna kill me? Because I'm worried, I don't want to die. But obviously he wants to find out. He's almost egging him on to kill him, but he's saying, no, I'm not gonna kill you because I finally find you interesting. So it's a weird dynamic with Will and Hannibal because they both find each other interesting. They're not going to kill each other because they find each other interesting, but they still push each other over the edge every episode to try to kill them. So it's this weird dynamic that I love because it just keeps on pushing back and forth. But this episode, I don't know, it's kind of stating the obvious in my opinion. It's kind of redundant because every other episode they're saying the same thing, and this one kind of just nailed the nail in the coffin. It just keeps on saying the same thing over and over. But I like this episode because what we find out is Yepai finds 15 graves. The same killer, the one that put with the horse. So, there's more and more bodies being found. So Hannibal is still talking to his new patient, and he's kind of saying like, okay, yeah, you had trouble with your brother. It would have been therapeutic for you to kill him. And he's kind of just egging her on to like, yeah, just kill him. Which is kind of weird because Hannibal, I don't know what he's doing. You never know Hannibal's motive. He just does things because, oh, look, this seems fun, let's just do it. So, what is he trying to do here? I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get someone else to help him with the killings. Is he trying to do another Will situation here? No clue. But Will brings the man, the one with the head trauma, his name is Peter. He brings the bird to him that they found in the chest. Talks to him a bit more and finds out that he put the body in the horse but didn't kill the woman. So Peter points out the man that killed him. He says, this is the guy. He accuses someone. So they bring this man into being questioned for the FBI. They question him. He seems kind of sketchy, so Will and Hannibal are watching the interview and he's saying, yeah, this man probably killed him, but they have to let him go because they have no evidence on him. So Peter comes back home to his little animal thing where he takes care of all his animals. Animals are all gone. He goes to the horse stables and there's a horse dead on the floor. And the man that he accused of killing the woman is there with a hammer, a bloody hammer. And he's just provoking Peter, making him confused. He doesn't know what to do. So Will and Hannibal go to the scene where Peter is and the killer. And this is kind of surprising. They find the killer, the one that was accused of killing all these people, in the dead body of the horse. And Peter put him in there. So Will kind of brings Peter aside and starts talking to him. He's like, yeah, I know how you feel. You accuse someone of the killer, it's the killer, but no one believes you. Same thing that with him and Hannibal. That's why I kind of like this episode, kind of mirrors their situation. But I think that's the only redeeming quality of this episode. I don't think this episode was quite as good as previous episodes, but whatever. So Will talking to Peter kind of like, okay, yeah, don't worry, everything's fine now. But then he finds out that Peter actually didn't kill the killer. He just put him alive. He knocked him out and put him alive into the horse with the body. So he's still alive. He breaks out of the horse, really gross scene, grabs the hammer, and Hannibal's just standing there. Will comes back, he points the gun to the killer, is about to shoot him, and Hannibal stops him, grabs the gun, and basically says to Hannibal says to Will, if you're gonna kill this man, you have to do it for yourself. You can't kill this man because, you're just fantasizing about killing me, and then you're pretending that this man is me. You can't do that. Stops him, and that's where the episode ends. And it just ends really abruptly. And it usually doesn't, so that's kind of weird. I don't know why it did that. I don't know, this episode had a different feel to it. But it's kind of weird that Hannibal would stop Will from killing the man, because he's trying to mold Will into a killer. At the same time, he's being his friend, giving him advice. It's a weird dynamic, but that's what Hannibal's all about. So what did you guys think about this episode? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys. Bye!